Daniel's wiring pig sheds up, and I think new pigs are coming tomorrow, so we're in Grelot Town, So
lost his sunglasses. Just putting it as far as we can at the back of this shed so we can get at this straw here. We're going through some straw actually, but I ain't bothered because it's all making muck, but so I don't want it to catch root.
Do you know where isolator is?
Yeah. You ever have to move it in future? Just reach under there, there's a pluggy thing. See it? Just switch it off.
Yeah. Is it off? Or
No, have it on. Right. Do you know how we do that? Well, 3 reasons really. so no one steals it, which is very unlikely.
Could be brave.
3, if mice get in the wiring and start short circuiting it, that'll end up with a fire. So it's got no power now, so it can't short circuit. And for 3, batteries go dead over time, but shouldn't do, it's brand new like, but so that's the reason. So you've learned something today. So right then, hey?
I always learn something, yeah.
Got a couple of experiments going on in our kitchen to the disgrace of my wife. She keeps moaning about them. But that's grain maize for a local fella who combines some maize just to see if it'll what the germination is, because I'm going to put a bit of maize in a cover crop, because apparently maize acts like a legume. It isn't a legume, but it's sort of similar. Stores a lot of nitrogen up in its first stage of growth, and then as soon as it starts making a cob, it uses it all. So, but if you can terminate it apparently before it gets to that stage, it's a good nitrogen fixer. So, which I've yet to look into, see if that's true. But actually, the germination isn't that bad. It's about, I would say, we're gonna count them properly, but I would say 60%. And I've got to make it with some beans left, and they're real good germination. I would say, well, nearly all of them have produced a shoot. Even them half ones, even that half one there has produced a sickly looking shoot, but no, even that rotten looking thing. So yeah, it's sort of keeping costs down, you know, if I bung a little bit of this, a little bit of that in, and have a multi-species of cover crop. That's the plan. So yeah, a shovel full of her. Go on. Look at the roots. Hey, you're going into it now, aren't you?
Huh? So I hear about every kind of thing.
Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful, Oliver? What?
Good.
All this carbon in this growth. Right, hold that. Find a bit where, go on, where do you think I should dig? Wherever. See, it's a field. Oh, that's quite solid, actually. Oh, look at the worms. Oh. Is that good? Is that what we're aiming? Look at that big, look at these big sods.
Look at the roots through it.
Good hell, aye. This is good. Without pointing that camera at Phil's bald, are you? No. Man.
That's how I've got
Yours is getting bad. Yeah. Anybody know about any hair transplant clinics? Because me and him need an appointment.
Turkey, I think. See, look at worms in there. There's loads, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah. Look at that rope.
Yeah.
Feels like it hasn't been beat to death though, doesn't it, underground? So I would just wish that we didn't have we had 150 acre covered in this for what it cost.
And a fast.
What?
And a fast.
And a fast track. Just getting a load of straw for Christmas. Bloody, it's getting wet though where we've got our bales. Paddle to buggery. Just shows you about, proves about paddle, doesn't it, and water standing, because it hasn't been really wet here. Yeah, we're going down on round bales of straw. Our baler makes a terrible bale, but to be honest, it's partly our fault. We've tried all sorts, tightening net wrap tension up and all sorts. You know, sometimes it makes a real nice bale and then a woolly edge. And someone just suggested, well, as I said, we've tightened tension up, we've done this, we've done that. Anyway, someone says, well, what net wrap are you using? Oh, we got it off so and so. It's the cheapest of the cheap. Well, there's your problem, he goes. He says, try either John Deere or Class. He says, you won't have to use as much, and it makes a tidier bale, and bloody hell it did. Yeah, we've been messing about for years and years with this cheap net wrap, and it just proves, doesn't it, buy cheap. Sometimes buying cheap is no good, is it? So, but I mean, they all together, but let a bit more water in than maybe they should, and you couldn't go contracting with it. Like, I mean, they aren't so bad, but look, don't put net to edge. But anyway, our Ollie's knocked off. Oh, a few people have asked who Ollie is and who Phil is. He's Phil, my brother. No, Phil's worked for us for about, I don't know, is his 5th year maybe? 5 years? And 4 or 5 years. And Ollie's my son. He's 22-year-old, daft as a brush. So yeah, but anyway, this YouTube thing sort of kicked off. Getting a few wages out of it now. Getting a bit of a weekly payment, so it may be worth doing. So don't know why we really started it, but we're a bit committed now. And a mixed farm in East Yorkshire, as I keep saying. You know, real farming. A lot of people say, oh, it's real. You know, it's not all new and blingy stuff. It's rough and ready and bodging stuff up and making do, and I like to be very honest as well. So come out to this site, Anna. Pigs all over the yard. I've lifted that gate off. Luckily, it's night and they're all been asleep, and there's about a dozen out, so hopefully I'll get them down passage and we'll be okay. So, but yeah, it could have been worse. I was laid in bed thinking, oh, bloody hell, we're getting burgled. Could hear all these sounds it drive. And anyway, I haven't even had a coffee yet. I ain't even awake. Come on, the new horrible things. Any that way. Maybe spoke too soon. Just shone out into this wheat. Look. Wild boar. God, it's warm. Chasing pigs. God. Thought I'd done really well and got them all in. And then another dozen, well, 8 at least, disappeared. So, back to the drawing board. They're coming back though, didn't as bad as I thought. Had a wander around and I think I've got them all, these last ones. Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. All I wanted to do was seem to come home. So, yeah, they're about, I don't know, all that. So, what, 80 out? 80 and 90 out? So, anyway, that's where we're right. Go for a cup of coffee. A well-deserved cup of coffee. First thing this morning, we had a bit of a problem. We had 150 of these pigs. Well, that's maybe exaggerated. 100 pigs in the yard. And what the problem was, we didn't have that washer and that R-clip there. So what they've done is lifted the gate off, which I've sort of been walking by it for days and days. Do the rest of them. And sort of thinking I should do that. Anyway, this morning I got a shock in my life. Open curtains in my bedroom and 30 pigs in my drive. So, well, all these pigs here were out in the yard. and we've rounded them up, put some bales up and put them back in here, so everybody's happy. These are new batch of pigs what have just turned up. Bit of tail biting, but we'll just monitor that. Yeah, not bad size. Not the biggest, but they're fairly sort of similar size. A few little ones, but another 3 loads coming today. Up and at it fairly early. I just want to get finished today. I've got quite an eventful day yesterday with them bloody pigs out from a start, and then tying a few loose ends up, and these other pigs coming. We've got 3 batches full of little ones, and then after Christmas there's some baconers going, and then they're going to restock us with them. So but yeah, so now I'd just like to say thanks to Ollie and Phil for their support. Yeah, for a year everything's sort of run fairly smoothly, and yeah, this YouTube thing's kicked off as well. I mean, it was Phil's idea sort of thing at the beginning for a bit of a laugh, and yeah, we've got to nearly 4,000 subscribers, which has totally shocked us. And but thanks to viewers as well. I mean, we'll probably do it next year, and keep going a bit longer. But I just would like to wish you all Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Might not do one on Sunday, one thing or another, but there'll be one for next Friday probably. We'll see about Sunday, I don't know. So, but no. Right, I'm going to crack on, I can get finished and then get this edited and get you know, so you got something to watch today. So, right, from I'm in East Yorkshire. Bye for now.